It's just like one of those things. What do you call this compliment sandwich? It's like, listen, it was great, fantastic. My issue was this. And then you end with, but again, great.
What was it I actually did miss it? With my joy.
What would you name Jensen's twins if they were twins?
Is it known what JJ stands for?
Yes.
What does it stand for?
Just today.
Okay, so I already know. I told him it was free of charge. But logically speaking, I think let's say it's I don't know. You can change the names if it's a boy or girl or whatever, but we got Justice J. I think we need Kindness Kim and Liberty Larry. That way, at some point in the near future, Jensen will be walking through a restaurant like, JJKKLL, get over here! Come on! KK, don't make me. Alright. Good boy,
And then LL Cool J stands up, he's like, what's up?
Muscles everywhere. I'm gonna go way with it.
Liberty Larry?
It's a nice personality trait. Likeable Larry.
Kindness Kim, is that what This is why Jared's not in charge of naming the names.
Lascivious Lonnie. It could be like Caring Kim. With a K.
So CK.
CK. Yes. Yes. I saw your hand first. I also was attracted to the two, not one sunglasses, but two sunglasses. Yes. Oh, they got stolen. We'll go to you next.
My bad. So this is kind of for a friend. He keeps like sending me messages. He keeps waking up at like 2:56 a.m. He's been going on for months and hearing this like creepy sound going on. And his question was basically, what would your advice be? Because he has no idea what it is.
I actually know.
And also, when all day, what's up with that?
Love your Ireland, but your buddy, some old thing. There's a setting on the phone, and when you set your alarm for 2:56 a.m., just change it to something else. Gwen Stefani, or make it 3:56 a.m. or something.
Never said it changed like 3:56, so I don't know what's up.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
He's
he
getting freaked out.
Is he in the time-space continuum?
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't tell him.
A sound wakes him up. Something wakes him up.
No, he's usually awake. He's like,
There's the first problem.
He's a weird guy.
We're all weird. You know. I'm gonna go to my friend behind you, who hid one pair of sunglasses.
I didn't put her on my head.
Oh, I liked it. It's good. Look, did you see it? She had like, it was like a superhero, like sunglasses and eyeglasses.
I need them all the time.
I love it.
So I'm here with my son, and I missed the concert last night to be with my son. And we have a special handshake to let him know that I love him when I'm not there. Do you do anything special with your kids, like both of you?
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, one thing was mine, whenever I leave, just like this morning, about an hour ago, and I was saying goodbye to JJ, she always, and I don't know where she got it from, but every time I say goodbye to her, she says, watch out for the rocks. I have no idea what that means or where she got it, but now I've started saying it back to her. So now we say, watch out for the rocks, and then we do the same, which is something that my wife and I have always done, which is we just touch fingers, which is kind of a little I love you. And so she's now started just, when I say, hey, good night, I love you, she'll put her finger up and I'll just touch. Yeah. It's gonna be different when my son's born. It's gonna be like, ah!
When I left this morning,
It's gonna be a little rough. It's gonna be rent.
when I left this morning, I was saying bye to Tom and Shep, and we gave each other a big hug. and they go, "Are you gonna throw rocks at Jensen again?" We have more of a morning ritual where they usually do have really stinky breath, but I pretend it's super stinky, and so I'll wake up and I'll pick them up and I'll give a big hug, and then when they go to kiss me, I'll pretend to faint. And I'll pretend to faint. However, it sort of backfired. We woke up with a 4-year-old cat stowaway in our bed yesterday, and I'm kind of groggy, and apparently he's gotten up out of his room and come in and climbed in the bed next to Daddy. And I keep feeling movement, and I'm feeling like a little foot, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to the gym, like, jabbing, and I wake up, and sure enough, it's Tom, and his face is right there. And I'm like, hey, buddy, and have you known he's going like this? And I was like, Tom, what's wrong? He goes, I don't like your hair, it's gross. Daddy and Mommy stayed up last night when you were asleep. Had a glass of wine. Yeah, so backfired. I like your hair. It's gross. I like your hair.
All right. Yes.
I was going to ask sort of a weird question maybe.
Love it. All right.
My son, who is now 20, started re-watching the show about a month ago, and then I figured out when I was seeing the episode for about 4 times that in the pilot, how did you know how to come back to Sam's apartment? It was burning.
Brothers intuition.
Did he ever leave?
There was missing some.
That's a real question. Did he ever leave?
Well, you can see in the show that they're saying goodbye to each other and Dean is driving away. It's not very, we can see it very far, but some,
I literally always, I mean, in all honesty, I did chalk that up to kind of a sibling, kind of that, connection that siblings have, that kind of intuition where something doesn't feel right, something's wrong, and yeah, come back and to be right. Something is wrong. His girlfriend is on fire on the scene.
Honestly, he thought he smelled toast. He was like,
Am I having a stroke? No, it's just his girlfriend on the ceiling. Fire.
I meant the cookies. I meant to smell the cookies and shit. Good question. Right here with the hand.
With the hands, Jerry.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I was wondering what your favorite Looney Tunes character is.
Looney Tunes?
Oh, wow, that's a question. Probably Mark the Martian.
I think Yosemite Sam. Either that or the Coyote.
Wild Eden. Good question, what's yours?
Goofy.
Yes, no.
Isn't that Disney? I mean, not that I would know.
You're dead to me.
Disney.
Aladdin.
Is that you? Okay, all right.
That's Sebastian's favorite.
Dude, you missed it. He sang last night, and he did Bowie. Yes. And it was so good. That man just keeps getting younger, I don't understand it. Yes, sir, all the way in the back.
On behalf of Robert Manning right now, I just want to know, what is Dean's favorite whiskey?
Do you have a shirt that actually has whiskey on it? I knew it. Yes. I chose wisely. Dean's favorite whiskey? Dean's favorite whiskey is some no-name rot gut, I'm sure.
Bottom
Or
shelf.
gut rot, I guess. We have, in fact, if you pay attention, some of the bottles of liquor that are consumed on the show, the labels are just made up by our art department. So we've got Levinsky, which is named after our props girl, Robin, who got on stage with Rosie, who was 3 sheets to the proverbial one last night.
Was it 3 sheets, Rosie?
It was 3 sheets Rosie. And he got up and introduced the band. And Robin was his chaperone. But we call Robin, because she is of Russian heritage, we call her Robinsky. And so Levinsky is a little homage to her. Then we have Tishner whiskey, which is our focus puller. His name is Matt Tishner. So they use a lot of names. So yeah, D doesn't have an actual brand because we're not allowed to use brands. We're just too cheap, and we're not going to call Jack Daniels to be like, hey, can we pay you thousands of dollars to use your name? No. Then I don't know. For me, I guess it just depends on what mood I'm in. I like the Scotch stuff, and I like the bourbon and American whiskey stuff. So, Angel's Envy right now.
It's good.
There you go.
Good. And apropos for the show. Yes.
Well, first I wanted to say the person who was asking about Dean going back, is there's actually an outtake where he hears the radio fritz and also his watch, and he checks it and sees it and realizes something's wrong and goes back.
I didn't know that. So
Yes.
there's a deleted scene where his radio goes on the fritz
I do remember that.
as he's driving away and his watch has stopped. And, huh.
That was, I believe they shot that because I don't think that was it wasn't in the script. It was just, I think originally it was just Brothers Intuition put it back because something was wrong. Then I believe that we shot that in case we needed to explain it further, or if the show was short, we needed some extra footage to fill in that.
Not sure.
The show was not short. What's that?
I like your explanation better anyway.
So do I. And I think Eric would agree with me.
And my other question though is for Jared. I was wondering if you would tell us a little bit about working on Phantom Boy, which I haven't gotten to see yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. It was a really kind of bizarre. I got a phone call and they were talking about a French animated flick that they wanted to voice over with American actors, and I think one of the people had liked the way I sounded for this character, and we met and shot it at the W Hotel in Austin over a period of like 3 days in a hotel room. It was kind of a really cool, weird, bizarre experience. But it was the people who put together the Cat in Paris. I don't know if y'all seen it. It's really awesome, hand-drawn, animated, and I just love the artistry of it, and I was really honored to be a part of it. I don't know what's going on with it right now. I think we're limited releasing it.
Yeah, they keep releasing new locations so far, no place that I can actually get to.
Yeah, I want to look into that more. I know it can go pretty quickly because I told Jensen, because he's done this, I was like, this is so much more difficult. I have a complete and utter newfound respect for voice actors. Even so far as like watching Paw Patrol or something animated, I'm like, this is like, it really takes legitimate talent and craftsmanship to do this. Because I was like, I've been acting my entire adult life, and for years before that school, I was like, it's like swimming or breathing to me. It's just second nature. But to get into kind of a character and have to try and voice over in an English language sentence that matches the French language mouth movement, it was bizarre and difficult. And I was like, I was just nervous. But it was cool. I can't wait to see it.
Favorite Paw Patrol?
Favorite Paw Patrol? Jesus on the case, man.
Rubble on the double.
Rubble on the dog. Thank you.
That's what it's come to. After 11 and a half years. Let's go right there at the end. Yes. Hi.
My guys are silent, awesome. But Jared, you were telling a story about your train trip.
Yeah.
Something
That wasn't this year. That was a couple years ago.
And he's not allowed to tell that story without Richard Spade present.
Yeah. We'll tell it later because have y'all not heard it?
Oh, yes.
It's a doozy, but I would love, because he was there, I would love to, we'll take the opportunity because he was there. It was me, Jen, and Richard Spade.
He's not here. He's not here.
He's not.
It's online.
It's online.
Heavily documented.
I'll tell you when Richard's around, we'll tell it properly.
It was better with Jen, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She called me out.
Go ahead.
I don't like when there are witnesses.
Last one. One more? No?
Last one.
Last one?
I'll go right here in the front row.
Hi.
So, I know that you guys look like you have a competition at Hopw, and I just wanted to know, Jared, if you actually sit in that booth that you guys are with, and I also wanted to say sorry about your quarterback.
Sorry about what?
Sorry, that makes me thrilled. Off the record, I'm happy to see the Cowboys under new leadership, though I'm sad that somebody gets physically injured.
Oh, he'll be back, don't worry.
I wish you could ever say that. No, we didn't fit in that car very well. And Jensen and I have been successful actors for 2 decades. And so it's an interesting occasion for us to walk around and like put our hands in our pockets because all of these cars are worth our lives, more than our lives. We're like, I can't touch that. And then this German guy comes up, he's like, would you like to sit in my car? We're like, is it gonna cost us? Like, I don't know, like, I'm gonna break it. Can you open the door for me? And he let us sit in it.
Well, he said, so I walked over and took a picture next to it because there was nobody standing next to it. And the car was literally, it came up to here. Like, it was so low to the ground. And so I just took a picture like this. And if you look at that picture on my phone, you can see a guy sitting in the background like up on a little knoll. And it was the owner of the car. And then I just kind of casually walked away. And then we walked back to it for some reason, and he comes walking up and he says, hey, I'm a fan of the show. I'd love to get a picture of you guys next to the car. And I don't know why, and I'm like, you mean in the car?
And I'm sitting there too, and I'm like, yes, he said it.
And the guy's like, sure. And then we come to find out it was like one, there's only 2 in the world. There's only 2 in the world, and the other one is, they can't find it. Like it's a private collector who never shows it, who just keeps it under a tarp in his garage.
He won some like overall, I mean, it was amazing. He had like created it over from Germany. And he had a very cute little German accent. I don't know what that accent is.
Continue, please. I wasn't daring to venture into that, but no, you're doing a great job.
Was it Winchester's? No, that's bad. I had to do Quince more.
No, you don't.
Don't try to say Quince. Quince, yeah. No. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. All right, y'all. We're gonna take off. Thank you for being here. We'll see you all later.